Hey guys, welcome back to week 5, BU 720 Entrepreneurial Finance. So this week, we're moving from financial projection to the risk awareness and resilience planning. So all leadership involves uncertainty, and this week helps you think ahead so that you can lead with wisdom and not reaction. Be a proactive, not a reactive leader. So even in faith-driven ventures and ministry-based projects, risk exists, budgets sometimes fall short, timelines shift, partnerships dissolve, and outcomes change. So your job this week is to name those tensions and start planning around them. So the first thing you're going to do is come up with a risk analysis brief. And it should be about 2 to 3 pages long, but it needs to be focused on the ILIDP that you've been building. And this is a leadership level document, not a crisis plan, but a proactive way to show that you've considered what could go wrong and how you might respond. So the brief should really include the top 3 to 4 risks that could affect your project, like funding delays, volunteer turnover, tech limitations, regulatory changes, anything like that. Likelihood and impact. So is it a high probability issue or a high consequence? What is your planned response? What will you do to mitigate or prepare that? So if your project involves launching a community-based program, one risk might be lower than expected participation. You might plan a soft launch, pilot group, or backup promotional strategy in order to address that. But you may include a simple risk matrix as well to sort of visualize your analysis. I think that would be very helpful. So when we look at this, we're just really trying to identify risk, and the more risks that you can identify, it's like the old adage: people don't fail to plan, they don't plan to fail, they fail to plan. And so this planning process, before you take that venture, you really need to hammer through all the things that could go wrong and have a contingency or backup plan or a way to address that. Now, you're never going to be 100% right, and there's always going to be new things you didn't see coming. That's okay. But you really need to have a plan in place of how to address most of the things you can foresee coming. So Proverbs 22:3 says that the prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty. You've got to be prudent and see that danger and take the refuge. So risk planning is not fear-based leadership, but it's faithful stewardship. Your planning reflects care for people, resources, and the mission you've been entrusted with. So how you personally respond to risk as a leader is really sort of what we're trying to address here. Do you tend to minimize it, over control it? How do you prayerfully plan for it? A lot of that will be talked about in the discussion board as well, and you'll also explore what it looks like to lead others through uncertainty, not with panic, but with preparation and peace, drawing from your risk brief and your own leadership experience. And that's really what we're looking for here. So what's due this week is a risk analysis brief, 2 to 3 pages, APA format, supported with at least 2 to 3 professional or scholarly sources, and your discussion board. So ultimately, resilient leaders expect the unexpected, and they are able to plan, they're able to pivot and persevere, not because they have control, but because they serve a faithful God. His word is a lamp unto our feet and a light to our path. He shows your next step, but you've got to be in tune with His Spirit. For Galatians says that if we walk in the Spirit, we don't fulfill the lust of the flesh. But following the Spirit, hearing the Spirit, that is how we live our life. And so for as many that are led by the Spirit, they are the sons and daughters of God. So be led by the Spirit and be alert, be spiritually aware well as uh, your mental and all your other facilities. Plans fail for lack of counsel. Seek good advice and understand what your options are. So, guys, I hope you have a great week. If there's anything you need from me, please reach out. I'm always here to help. God bless.